The Secret Service is one of the most highly trained and deadly professional protection organizations in the world. Secret Service agents have some of the most difficult jobs on the planet, as they're charged with constantly protecting one of the most high-profile, high-risk people on Earth, the President of the United States. But what do they actually do when someone attempts an attack on the President? Here's how the Secret Service responds to a presidential attack. 1. Before the attack. Before a presidential attack even occurs, the Secret Service is already working to prepare for it. The Secret Service closely monitors the internet, social media, and the president's mail, as well as the personal communications of those deemed potentially dangerous, for any hints of assassination attempts or threats made against the president's life. If they find one, they always investigate further, even if the threat seems like it might not be serious or might even be a joke. The Secret Service also has an entire team dedicated to analyzing the ink of the president's letters. If a letter contains a threat but no address, this means the Secret Service can identify where the letter might have come from just by the ink someone used to write it. They also have a team of handwriting specialists, whose job it is to match up handwriting in threatening letters in order to identify the person who wrote it. If the threat is deemed to be serious, the Secret Service then turns the case over to the police in order to arrest the person who made it. Agents then also ensure that none of the threats were followed through in any kind of way. By doing this, the Secret Service has not only mitigated hundreds of threats made against presidents, but also discovered intelligence that has helped them to stop poisoning attempts, shootings, and even bombings. The Secret Service also monitors everything the president eats. In the White House kitchen, the chefs and all employees are under constant surveillance to make sure they're not poisoning the president's food. When the president goes out to eat, the Secret Service must be given advance notice in order to secure the entire restaurant and run background checks on those preparing the food. It has also been reported that the Secret Service employs a food taster to make sure that nothing the president eats is poisoned. In addition to monitoring threat levels and food preparation, Secret Service agents scout everywhere the president goes, or anywhere he could potentially be vulnerable to an attack, days before he even arrives. If the president is giving a speech in a conference room, this means that agents have already marked down every single entrance and exit, investigated every possible sightline to the president in the entire room, figured out exactly where to place agents in the space to minimize the threat level, and even scoped out features of the building like air ducts and ventilation systems in the case of an attack from someone outside the room. But this is only the first ring of security for the president. The second ring means that Secret Service agents look at the entire building the president might be in, or the whole block his motorcade might be traveling down. If the president is staying in a hotel, this means commandeering the entire floor the president is staying on, as well as the floors above and below. Agents also conduct background checks on hotel employees, and anyone with a criminal record is asked to stay home during the president's stay. This ring of security includes stationing military, police, and Secret Service agents around the area that the president will be in, blocking off any unwanted entrances and exits, and even planning out entire escape routes that the president will take should a threat emerge. The third security ring that the Secret Service sets up in order to prepare for a potential attack on the president is stationed around the much wider areas surrounding the building, street, or park that the president is going to. This kind of security often includes police brigades blocking off or patrolling all the streets that lead up to the area, as well as Secret Service helicopters and the presence of security boats should a waterway be nearby. The third ring also includes aerial surveillance in order to identify threats from above, as well as Secret Service agents stationed on top of buildings to survey crowds and the larger area below. This three-layer system is designed not only to minimize all threats to the president during his outings, but also to provide 3 rings of highly trained security professionals who are able to respond to an incident in a variety of ways should an attack occur. 2. During the attack. Should all of those security measures fail to prevent an attack, the Secret Service is always on extremely high alert to subdue an attacker before they can do any harm to the president. As soon as a threat is detected, the president's detail of Secret Service agents immediately neutralize the threat in the least attention-grabbing way possible, sometimes even without the president noticing. In 1996, Osama bin Laden attempted to assassinate President Bill Clinton by planting a bomb under a bridge that Clinton's motorcade was scheduled to drive over during his tour of the Philippines. However, the Secret Service was monitoring communications and intercepted a transmission about the planned attack, only able to hear the words bridge and marriage, which is a terrorist code word for assassination. The Secret Service immediately diverted the Clinton motorcade and sent agents out to check the bridge, where they found a bomb that had been planted. President Clinton didn't know until after the incident that an attempt had been made on his life. If not for the Secret Service's extreme diligence, he likely would have been killed in the explosion. When the president is giving a speech or interacting with a large crowd, Secret Service agents are always with him. These agents are trained to constantly scan the crowd for guns. This means they're on the lookout for signs someone is carrying a weapon. Things like someone touching one side of their body to check if a weapon is still there, strange or stiff movements that might indicate a concealed carry, people wearing loose or baggy clothing, or even people wearing large jackets out of season. If they notice any of these signs, the Secret Service immediately marks that person down as a threat and keeps a vigilant eye on them until the event is over. If an attack involves someone trying to physically assault or get close to the president, the Secret Service has a response tactic for that too. Surround the president and remove the threat. When an angry crowd member jumped over the protective fence at a Trump rally and attempted to attack the presidential candidate, the Secret Service tightly surrounded Donald Trump on all sides, forming an impenetrable wall between the assailant and Trump. Other members of the Secret Service then subdued the man and escorted him out of the rally, and he was later arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. In the same way, when a gunman opened fire on the White House while Bill Clinton was inside in 1994, Secret Service agents immediately rushed the man, despite the fact that he was still firing. The agents tackled him to the ground and arrested him, and he was charged with attempted murder of the president and 4 counts of assaulting a federal officer. He was then sentenced to 40 years in prison, which he's still serving. The method of Secret Service agents putting themselves between an attacker and the president is perhaps one of the most common and most effective ways the Secret Service protects the president from an ongoing attack. By doing so, the Secret Service agents form a shield between the assailant and the president with their bodies, taking the brunt of any punch, stab, or even bullet that might come the president's way. Secret Service agents are specially trained for scenarios where they must put their own life on the line in order to protect the president. It's no small thing to exchange your life for the protection of someone else, but Secret Service agents are expected to lay down their lives if it means keeping the president safe. In one of the most famous modern assassination attempts, the attack on Ronald Reagan in 1981, you can clearly see a Secret Service agent put himself between the shooter and President Reagan, even stretching out his arms in order to make himself a bigger target, and therefore making it harder for the gunman to shoot the president, who was being ushered into the armored car. In the video, you can also see that the car door is open, allowing President Reagan to easily enter the vehicle and get away from the shooter. This is common Secret Service protocol. Anytime the president is outside of his car, the car door is always open in case of an attack, no matter what. This began after the President Ford shooting, in which the car door was not open, and it became much more difficult to usher the president away from the assassin to the safety of an armored vehicle. Today, in all cases dealing with a shooter or any kind of assailant attacking the president while he's outside of his limousine, the Secret Service agent's first move is always to get the president into the closest armored vehicle. The president's limousine itself is an insane piece of machinery built by the Secret Service. While it looks like a normal black Cadillac, it actually is one of the safest places for the president to be during an attack. Costing an incredible $1.5 million, its windows are made of 5-inch thick bulletproof glass, and it boasts Kevlar tires and 8 inches of plated steel armor that covers the entire car. The interior is sealed from the outside in order to protect the president from chemical attacks, and it's equipped with tear gas canisters, shotguns, grenade launchers, oxygen supply tanks, and even a cache of the president's blood type. These are all reasons why this car, nicknamed the Beast, is one of the first places the Secret Service takes the president in the case of an attack. 3. After the attack. Once the president has been removed from a dangerous situation, his vehicle will take a pre-planned route either to the closest hospital or to a predetermined secure location. These routes are designed by the Secret Service to avoid traffic and busy motorways, and to get the president to the necessary location as quickly and safely as possible. If the president has been injured in the attack, like in the case of the Reagan assassination attempt, the Secret Service has already identified the closest hospital within a 10-minute radius and a route to get there. An agent has also already been stationed at that hospital to familiarize themselves with the doctors and nurses on duty, in case the president should be in need of emergency surgery. This was crucial during the Reagan attack, when a Secret Service agent correctly diagnosed a punctured lung and redirected the limousine to the nearest hospital. Reagan was then able to get immediate medical treatment and survived the assassination attempt because of the diligence and pre-planning of the Secret Service. Which of these insane Secret Service tactics surprised you the most? Like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.